everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's video I want to share with you my sewing journey, how I started my sewing journey and where I have reached right now. You know, everyone has their lived experiences, everyone has their story to tell, whether sad or good, it's your lived experience. So I would like to share with you how I began my sewing journey, and I hope you enjoy this whole process. And I also like to tell you where it all started up to now. I make such cute accessories such as this. I have my brand known as BEYOTE Accessories, where I do make hair and fashion accessories such as these. Yes, I made it satin lined, and I'll leave all my details up here on the screen. So if you want something or anything from me, you want any hair accessory from me, holla to your girl and I'll deliver. So let's get started. So to begin, I tend to believe that my journey started way back when I didn't even know myself. It all started during my childhood, where I'd sit with other girls, of course, then we'd braid grass. If you are African, or maybe let me narrow down to Kenyan, you know, like how people used to braid grass, right? Maybe during break time in school or something. So that was me. I enjoyed that, and up to date I really enjoy things like just doing things with my own hands, DIY and stuff. So I tend to believe my love for fashion and design started way back from there. Then when I went to boarding, that was in class 4, we never had those people that come with their sewing machines in the school. So what we do is we'd hand sew. You sew your number or your name tag on your uniform. So I used to do that a lot, and I loved it, and pupils also realized that I love it. So they used to bring their socks or maybe their dresses or their bed sheets for me to sew their tags on it, and I used to love that. I used to really love and enjoy doing that. And my cue, I was in class 4 all the way to standard 8. That used to be me. Like, I just used to enjoy that whole process of sewing using my hands, and people knew me for that, which is okay. So after finishing my primary levels, the dream for fashion and design kind of faded. I don't know, it faded. Like, I didn't really do anything about it. But then I went to high school. Though I used to make my own tags on the clothes, I used to do it on my own. It wasn't as loud as like maybe people knowing about it, but it was all to myself. But anyways, so high school passed, now going to uni. I remember I told my dad I wanted to study fashion and design, but he was like, no, you know, that course isn't marketable and all that, parents things. Anyways, I don't blame him, but then again he said no, choose another course. Well, I went ahead and did public health, and though my love for fashion and design was still there during my university days, but I didn't really act on it that much. But I remember we did a short course, a unit actually, where it was, what was it called? I think it was something to do with fashion and design, but I majored on weaving, though there were other courses where you could make duvets. There were so many courses in the fashion and design department, but I majored on weaving. That passed, and in my university days I really struggled to get into the job market, to be absorbed into the job market. I used to hustle hard, and hunting for jobs became my job, literally, and that wasn't funny at all. So it got to me, and I had to look for something that would bring food to my table. Though I was still staying with my parents and that urge wasn't really there, I wasn't going to stop at anything. So I continued doing my things, hustling here and there. I didn't go into fashion and design at that time, but I remember at around 2021 I started making bonnets, and I didn't have a sewing machine. Using my hands, just sewing using my bare hands. I have those bonnets up until date. I don't know if I can find one of it, but I have those bonnets that I used to make, that I used to hand sew just for myself. They are perfect, up to date. I still use some of them up to date. I have them lying around here. I just don't know where they are. I could have shown you. So it went, I think in 2022 there was this organization where I was volunteering, whereby they used to have children with special needs. It was a Catholic institution, so I used to go there and volunteer for maybe like 3 hours during the morning hour from 8 to 11. So I used to go there, and there were also some other mamas who used to come there and do their job, right? Be laundry, cooking and all that stuff. that can be done. One day we are in the laundry and we are washing, and this mama, she just randomly from nowhere, she tells me like there's this place where I know they're starting this program. They have this project where they want to teach skills to anyone, whether you, so long as you are 18 years old and above, you can go to the institution where you can be taught how to sew, maybe sewing clothes. You can also be taught beadwork. You can be taught how to make soap, like soft skills. These soft skills. Is it called soft skills? I don't know, but such type of skills. And I told her, okay, I'm interested. Then I inquired about the time. It was perfect. Immediately after my volunteering work, we would go with her together because she also was interested in sewing. So yeah, that was perfect for me. And that's how I came into knowing how to sew. So I went for that short course. It lasted for 3 months. I don't think I stayed to the very end, though I did it 2.5 months. I was there for 2.5 months. I did the training. I knew how to sew clothes, like just using machines. We were taught how to use both the manual machine and the electric machine. And I remember my first time using the electric machine. I was so shocked at the speed. It really scared me, but that's fine. So yeah, I learned some skills from there: how to pedal the manual sewing machine, how to insert the zippers in clothes, how to make dresses, t-shirts, shirts, you name them, all of that we were taught. So from there, my love for sewing and fashion design started coming back, right? So yeah, I think that's the year that I bought a sewing machine. I'm not sure if I bought the manual sewing machine in 2022 or 2023. I'll check my video and I'll leave the specific year right here in the screen. So I bought my manual sewing machine and I continued making my bonnets. So in the process of making my bonnets, that's the first item that I started sewing and selling while I was growing my brand. So one thing led to another. From sewing bonnets, I added shower caps into my collection, into my business, right? So now I had bonnets and shower caps. Then time went by, I slowly I started adding products like the scrunchies. Then I added the turbans, such as this one, which is satin lined on the inside. So my brand grew. It was growing, but at not so fast rate, but at least it was growing, and I was making some money here and there, and it was encouraging. So after that, I think last year I managed to buy a semi-industrial sewing machine, the Juki TL82, and I remember I was taught how to make bags. So yeah, I started making bags. I started with a simple leather tote bag, which right now I'm making more sophisticated and more classy tote bags, if I may say, though they are still minimalistic, but they are classy and they are an upgrade. So yeah, that's what I did, and my business also still grew, though I haven't scaled that much, but compared to how it was back then to now, at least there's some improvement. And this year I've managed to buy an industrial sewing machine. I've bought an industrial sewing machine just at the beginning of this year, and I'm super glad for how far I've come. And this also shows that my business is expanding, even though it's in a small scale, but it's expanding, and that's such a huge boost to myself as a business or as a brand. And I know I'm making some progress, which is encouraging. So yeah, that's my story, how I began sewing, and I'm loving it. The other reason why I love sewing is because sewing is just therapeutic. The moment I sit on my sewing machine and maybe I pedal my machine, this manual sewing machine or just the industrial one, it's super therapeutic. All the stress just evaporates, and yeah, it's just a fun thing to do. And let me just confess, for the past year, the 2025, sewing or my business has been my boyfriend or my lover, because I dedicated myself solely to my business. I wanted to expand, I wanted to scale my business up, which I haven't quite reached to the point where I wanted it to reach, but still there's some baby steps, and I'm super happy and I'm glad I managed. At least I'm doing something good, and it's still progress. Slow progress is still progress. So yeah, that's my journey. I hope it encourages anyone out there who would wish to start sewing to just start, put yourself out there. You never know. If you don't have the machines, you can just start with hand sewing or get a manual sewing machine, which is relatively cheaper. You can get it and just start making your products, putting it out there for the world to see. You never know, because I assure you there's always a market for your products. Whatever product you have, just make sure you make them, put it out there for the world to see, and whoever wants it will want it. Like for me, if you want my shower caps, if you want my bonnets, if you want scrunchies, turbans from me, just reach me out. All my details will be up here on the screen. Reach me out either on Instagram, you can WhatsApp me. Just make sure you reach out to me and I'll sure deliver my products to you and make you happy with my product. Yeah, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed my little rant, and take action today. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye.